So you've got a blog and you want to optimize your content. Your first step is to focus on on-page optimization. What is on-page optimization? On-page optimization is anything to do with your content. For an insurance agency, that might mean service pages or a blog. On-page optimization is for not only the search engines, but it's for your potential clients and any reader that's on your website. It helps them navigate through your website easily. This includes everything from the content on your page to behind-the-scenes elements like meta titles and meta descriptions. It's important that you create SEO-friendly content. The first thing to know is that content is king. And when I say content is king, I mean quality over quantity. I don't mean that you should throw out a bunch of content on your blog and think of that as content is king. Your content needs to be quality. And what that means is that you need to provide value to your readers, answer questions, and solve their problems. Use relevant keywords naturally. The days of keyword stuffing are over. If you're wondering how to find relevant keywords, put yourself in your client's shoes. Think about what they're searching for online, what their search queries are. Auto insurance in your city. Best home insurance companies in your city. What's the difference between a wind and hail deductible or a home insurance deductible? What is water and sewer backup? What is a jewelry floater? Why won't my insurance company insure my Doberman? That last one was a long tail keyword. You can focus on long tail keywords as well because that's generally what your customer is going to search for. They don't know insurance jargon. They don't know short form water and sewer backup. They're going to ask specific questions. There are best practices for content optimization. You want to use H1 for your titles, and then any subheadings will be H2 or H3, and some even H4. You want to make your content easy to read. You might use bullet points or numbers. Be sure to include internal links to other relevant pages. That not only makes the user experience better, but it tells Google and other search engines like Bing and Yahoo what your content and what your website is about, and that will help them establish you as having topical authority. If you have topical authority, the search engines will rank you higher. If you're confusing to your reader, they won't stick around on your page, and if you're confusing to Google and other search engines, they won't rank you. Earlier I talked about meta tags. What is a meta tag? On your website, you'll have some kind of plugin like Yoast or Rank Math. There'll be a box where you can create your meta tags. That's going to be the title, and it's going to be your description that someone is going to see on the search engine results page. For example, if you're Googling best home insurance in your city, you're going to see a title and a description. That is the meta title and the meta description, and those are referred to as meta tags. You'll also want to make sure you're optimizing your URLs. Your URL is going to be the name of your website, followed by the category possibly, like auto insurance or home insurance, and then you're going to have the description of the page. For example, agency, category, home insurance in city. Let's talk about internally and externally linking. Internal linking is when you link within your website. So you're linking from one page to another page on your website. External linking is when you're linking from your page or your website to an external source. You can cite a source like Insurance Journal. Or if you're talking about water and sewer backup, you might want to link to ServPro or ServiceMaster. You might think, well, I want to keep them on my website, which is true. You do want to keep them on your website, but you also want to provide valuable resources. And that's just another way that Google can recognize what your website is all about. Best practice is including 2 to 3 internal links per page and maybe 1 external link. You don't have to have an external link on every page, but it might get you into good practice. Don't forget image optimization. It's also called alt text. Whenever you insert an image into your blog or on a service page, any piece of content, you want to call it something. You want to call it a relevant keyword. For example, if you have a service page that talks about home insurance and you want to put an image on that page, you want to call that image home insurance or homeowners insurance or homeowners policy, insurance policy, local independent agent. You want to call your images what they are, and you're also letting Google know what that page is about and reinforcing what your website is about. You want to make sure that your website is fast and mobile friendly. 70% of the traffic to your website is going to be mobile. To improve your page speed, you can use tools like Google Page Speed. They're going to tell you how fast your website is loading and how fast your pages are loading, and they're going to make recommendations for you. Best practice when it comes to putting images on your website, try to keep them around 50 kilobytes. You can make the images smaller on Canva. If you have a big file, you can use the free version of Canva. You can upload the photo to Canva and then download it and then upload it to your website. It sounds like a lot of steps, but once you get in the flow of it, it's quite easy. Your key takeaway for on-page optimization is that it's all about balance. On-page SEO is a balancing act between content and technical elements. By optimizing these elements, you're telling the search engines exactly what you want them to see. And if the search engines are clear on what you're trying to accomplish, you'll rank higher on the search engine results page. Your next steps are going to be to review any blog posts, make sure they have the proper meta tags, and lastly, optimize your images for faster load times and add alt text where needed. If you're still curious and have any questions, leave them in the comments below and I'll be glad to help.